back with another spoiler-free movie reaction. And today's movie reaction will be on the new Pixar film, Elemental. So I know so far people have been having mixed feelings about this film, but I can honestly say that if you really give it a good watch, you can really get a lot out of it, more than you thought you would get out of it just by first look. And what I can say that I like about it so is that it really dives into themes that really interest me, like themes of interracial relationships, mixed race relations, and friendships, and how to be more like understanding of someone that's different from you, or at least willing to hear them out on their side or what they've gone through, and also experiences of first generations and families, like moving to a different country, or going to college, or doing something that the family has not known anyone in their family to do. And I felt like this film really very well encapsulates these issues and themes within the film. So for starters, the story of this film, I actually liked the story. I found it very interesting and almost kind of like at times introspective, and then going back out into just other different perspectives. And it really does follow the character's journey well. Now, there's some parts in it where I thought was either a little bit too choppy, or things were moving at a too fast of a pace, but for the most part, I thought the story for this was pretty good, actually. And as far as the main characters go, Ember and Wade, I thought they were pretty good characters that if the movie was longer, I would love to follow not just one of their journeys, both of their journeys, and also what it would be like if they journeyed even further together, because I felt like they had good chemistry and that they could sort of play off of each other, although Wade is a little bit more goofy and has his own kind of like personality, and Ember definitely has her own personality that is very contrasting from each other. But what's funny is that when they come together, interesting, or dare I say, magic starts to happen. And I also should mention that when it comes, as far as when I was mentioning perspectives earlier, this movie, you can tell, is really following Ember's perspective and what's going on in her life with her family, and also when she meets Wade and how that goes from that point on. And I thought her perspective was a very nice perspective to follow for this film. One thing that I can say that is for certain when it comes to Pixar films is that they know how to cast their films well, pretty much a majority of the time. And so I was not disappointed when it came to the cast in this film, where we have Leah Lewis, who is the voice of Ember, and Mamadou Ali, I hope I'm pronouncing his name right, and if I'm not, please forgive me, who voices Wade. And they are really good in this film. Their voices burst with personality and life in both of them. So the casting was pretty good. And in my honest opinion, I thought that the animation looked great in this film when it came down to how they would imagine what different elements would look like. And I thought it was very creative, what the types of characters that they came up with and how they made them look, and how they still gave them personality to their looks. But then again, what more can you expect when it comes to Pixar animation? Because they normally do a pretty good job with their animation of their characters and their worlds and everything. And the world that they live in was also even beautiful when you really take a look at it. It's lovely. And the music in the movie was also nice. Or when I talk about the music, I'm talking about the score. It was very soothing, like, and beautiful, and almost kind of like, to me, it felt like a, forgive me if I sound punny in a way, almost like a chemical mixture, like different sounds combining together to make a very harmonic like feeling and sound in the background of the film. And I really liked it, and I felt like it sort of emphasized the point of this film even further. Lastly, I'm not gonna lie to you guys about this. The film makes a big emphasis on, how can I say, the exploration of immigration and how those that come from different lands, like fire people that come from fireland, how they immigrated to an area where a mixture of different elements come together, kind of thing. It definitely is very much reminiscent of what immigration in America is like, and really also like what Asian immigrants more specifically have dealt with and had to come up against when they came to someplace that was different from where they came from, which in this essence is America. And I actually, not everybody will, how can I say, find that interesting, but I personally found it interesting, and because it was like, it was very, it was a bit more educational in a way that wasn't kind of like beating you over the head, but kind of like giving you a chance to like open up the experience to you through these different elements and how they reflected. And I thought that was actually amazing. And also, even with the water people representing other different types of race of people, or different types of people, and it was really, I thought it was very interesting. And it shows that even when you may come from something different, or something that is not like you, or not like what you came from, it doesn't mean that it is a bad thing, or that it can only be so far away from you, or could only be so close to you. But that sometimes just colliding and getting to know each other and being willing to connect more so than judge, how beautiful relationships, beautiful friendships can blossom out of that openness. And so I thought that was incredible, and I would love to see more films and live action films like that in the future, hopefully. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would have to give this movie probably an 8. I honestly enjoyed this film, and like I said, I felt like there were still some points in the film that were a little bit happened too quickly, or things were kind of like happening so that it was taken away from what was really supposed to be the main view of what was going on in the story at points. But overall, I thought it was a very enjoyable Pixar film, and also definitely moving in a pretty good direction of like what other ideas Pixar probably can come up with that will make us feel and relate and connect. And so I enjoyed this film, and if you go and see it, I hope you enjoy it as well. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll be back next time to do a movie reaction on The Flash. And I'm sorry that it took a little while for me to finally post this video out. A lot was going on my end, so I apologize, but I'm trying to get back on track with that. And hopefully I will be back soon with my movie reaction to The Flash. So until then, I'll see you guys next time. Bye, lovelies.